Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. It has been another minute.
Oh wow.
Our usual intro. But we thought we'd get back into the video thing because we've been getting a lot of questions with all the work that we've been doing in D&I and stuff. But one of the major questions that we get asked that we thought would be good to share with you guys is how we manage to include both our cultures in our wedding process / marriage. And I guess the planning of the wedding, basically. So yeah, we thought we would take you through that because it wasn't easy. Because I think we both come from very rich cultures, and you have to make the decision on what you're going to do, what you're not going to do.
Yeah.
And you can't please everyone. But we thought, yeah, we'd let you into what that process was like. Because our wedding video is now on like 4.2 million views, which must mean we did something right. So yeah.
Yeah, so I guess what we knew from the get-go is we wanted to include both cultures. We wanted both our families to feel like included, involved, feel comfortable with the wedding and the ceremonies in the build up to it as well. So I guess we were very intentful and conscious in picking and choosing the bits of our culture we wanted to represent. It was difficult to obviously represent everything from both sides, and I think one of the things we had to get comfortable with was appreciating that we couldn't include everything, and some people will have a particular opinion about that, but we had to know within ourselves we've kind of made the right decision or made a decision based on what works for us, i.e. cost, right? So we couldn't have an Indian wedding and a Ghanaian wedding and an English wedding. Like, it just wasn't financially feasible, whereas some people would still turn around and say, oh, it would have been nice if you did all three, but it's like, yeah, I would have spent like over 100k,
yeah.
So it wasn't going to work.
My salary for me.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't going to work. So those are a couple of the things that you need to really be mindful of. Is be intentional in what you pick and choose. Don't just think, oh, I like the look of that, so let me do that.
Yeah.
Or, oh, he did this, so I'm going to do that. Don't kind of go down that route.
And it's very hard, not hard, especially, I guess, maybe for the women, especially if you're looking at Pinterest and stuff. And Instagram nowadays, they're seeing people's weddings, so it's like, you want to do this, you want to do this. You have to be very focused in knowing what you want to do. Otherwise, you will spend a bomb, it will all be confusing, and it's just too much. But the first thing we did was our traditional engagement, which was the Ghanaian traditional engagement. So I didn't actually want to do this in the beginning. I was like to my mum, I don't see the point, which is very bad. But she was basically like to her mum, that is our wedding, that is our wedding day. So she would like to be able to say that we did the Ghanaian marriage. So yeah, we did that in my back garden. With both sides of the family. And the interesting thing we found out when we were doing that was that in the Ghanaian culture, the man brings the dowry, but in the Indian culture, the woman is meant to bring the dowry. So in the beginning, it was very much like, so what do we do here? Who's paying for who? But I think your family brought the dowry.
Yeah. So we bought the gifts, and again, it was one of those things like hard for me to explain to them, and hard for them to get their head around it. And it's just an educational piece, right? You have to take everyone along with you on the journey. And sometimes it's easy to be like, I know me for a fact, I was probably to my mum like, Mum, this is how it is. Like, just do it. Like, come on, let's just get it done. Because that's the type of person I am. I know in my head, if like this is how it should be, I'm just like, yeah, let's get it done. Let's not try and remix it or try and understand the roots of why it's done that way. So I know one thing that I would do better if I was like to redo it as per se or live through it again.
Redo it with me.
Redo it with you. Yeah. I would just be a lot more kind of, what's the right word? Just, take others patient. But just take others along with you on the journey. Like don't feel like it's your problem or your thing to deal with. Because I very much felt like, oh yeah, it's our wedding. So this is how we're doing it.
You just come there.
Yeah, you just come along.
Yeah. So I think it's like, I think that's one thing with our cultures that is very much about, you don't just marry the person, you marry into the family.
Yeah.
So I guess it is a good thing for them to feel like, yes, I was involved in the wedding.
Yeah.
What would you say is the second thing?
So we had the traditional. I'd say clothing. So in terms of attire, so the traditional, the Ghanaian traditional, we wore Ghanaian clothes. But
actually, we didn't. We remixed it.
We remixed it, yeah.
But don't worry about that.
we knew that in our reception, the wedding reception, we wanted to change into Indian attire as well. So again, very conscious about that. We took our mum to do the shopping for that. She came with us, my sister as well. So again, that was the element of taking them along with us on the journey. That was a good experience,
though, going Indian outfit
dress shopping. Yeah,
that was very fun.
That was good fun.
But you saw my outfit before I wore it, so it's not quite the same.
Yeah, but it wasn't really your wedding outfit because you had a white.
Yeah, I know.
You wore a white dress, so yeah, it wasn't like. But we coordinated it, like we matched like the typical Bollywood style. So
yeah.
Yeah.
But one thing I would do is make sure you get your pictures in. I think by the reception you're usually just like in party mode, but make sure you're still ready to take pictures because I don't think we took enough. So yeah, we changed into Indian outfits. Oh, at the entrance into our reception, we had Indian door players.
Yeah.
So I guess culturally in the weddings that I attend in our families, it's like both sides of the family will have like a big entrance where, so it'll be my mum that comes in with like her friends and her family, people, her supporters. So we did the same thing with our wedding, but with mine, obviously they had their African wear, their gelees on, which is Nigerian, but I had their gelees. My mum made sure that there was a shobi, that everyone had a certain cloth to wear, which she tried to make look Indian-y.
Yeah. It was
like
gold.
Green and gold.
Yeah.
And then Amit's family came in with Indian door players, which was very, very cool because I always said I wanted that.
Yeah. So it was those little subtle little things that you were making like trying to be more conscious in what you were choosing and how you wanted it to come together.
Our decor was Indian because we got married. So we did our white wedding, but in a Indian stage, which is called a mandap.
A mandap, yeah, and it was an Indian venue, like.
Yeah.
It was an Indian owner of the venue. Yeah. Like it was a massive banqueting suite geared towards big Indian weddings.
So we had 560 people. So.
Yeah, so we had a lot of people.
Food.
Yeah, so we had Indian food.
Whereas at the Ghanaian traditional, we had Ghanaian food.
Yeah.
So, we had Indian food in the reception, which went down a treat, even though I didn't eat that much.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know what happens on your wedding day. You just feel like you cannot... And maybe it's because I'm up on the stage. I don't want people watching me eat. I don't know what it was. But yeah, I didn't eat. Music. Can't have a wedding without music.
Music, yeah. So, again, when we went to meet the DJ, we gave him songs that we both wanted to have included on the night. Even when it was like party mode, as Michelle was saying, we knew that there were certain songs that we wanted. Yeah, so it was just, again, we were like just very forthcoming and knowing how we wanted to incorporate both cultures.
Our first dance we had... Oh, actually, I did my dance with my dad was a Ghanaian song. Yeah. Our first dance was an Indian song mixed in with like a English song.
Yeah.
We had... Well, the girls did a surprise dance, which was Afrobeats mixed with some Bollywood there, you know.
Yeah, and they did it in their Indian attire.
We did our Indian outfits. I know some people like dropped in the comments, "Oh, how can you be twerking in a sari?" Well, you can do both, honey. So we tried to just like be conscious of both sides, so no one came and felt I've just come to Michelle's marriage to Amit, or just Amit's marriage to Michelle. It was like both families. I think by the end of the night, it was literally like everyone was together.
Yeah, and I think that's the beauty of it, because a lot of people, where we now speak at a lot of D&I events or at various companies talking about how we integrate two cultures, people always say that when they watch the wedding video, they see that by the end of it, it literally is two cultures, two people or two families of different races that have come together in one room, and you just see unity. And it's like, the question is always, how did you like make that happen? What did you do to kind of facilitate for that? And I think all these little things that we did, although at the time might have seemed so like trivial, if that's the right word, like, oh, what food you're going to eat or what you're going to wear, but at the end of the day, it played a crucial role.
I think it's a good starting point for the rest of your marriage. You're not saying that you have to please everyone or your marriage is for everybody else. But it was like just good for them to know that we still do care about where we come from.
Yeah.
And we want that to be noted in the beginning of our journey on our wedding day.
Yeah.
So,
and you just want them to be comfortable as well. Like, your guests who come to your wedding, you don't want them to feel like they're out of place. Or you don't want them to feel like uncomfortable with the environment that they're in. The more chilled they are and the more relaxed they are, the more likely, the more fun you're going to have. So yeah, I think that's what
our
we
wedding
did.
in a nutshell. If you have any more questions about our wedding day, the lead up to the wedding, maybe the challenges, the stresses, because there were loads of those.
Yeah, I guess actually it's important in terms of how we even instigated it, and I think we speak about this a lot as well. Is we got our two families in a room where everyone was very open, very honest. They vented their opinions, their thoughts, and I think it just gave a perfect platform for everyone to start on a level playing field.
Yeah.
You weren't walking into it with people holding thoughts or grudges or anything like that. Like literally, it was just open and honest for everyone to talk. At the start, people didn't want to talk. It was a bit tentative. It was a bit like, do I go first? Do you go first? I don't want to say anything too harsh, too controversial. But then, like, once everyone opened up, it just it was just interesting.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
There were tears flowing, there was laughter, there was a whole load of emotion. But it was needed.
Yeah.
It was needed.
We wouldn't be here today, I think, if that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So
But it was easily the most difficult thing we've ever done.
Yeah. It was.
That one day was stress. But it was good fun.
Cool, guys. That was a very quick and straight to the point video. Thank you for joining us on this journey.
Yep.
We've got big things coming your way. Maybe not your way, our way. We've got big things going on.
Definitely.
But yeah, so we've even forgotten how to end videos. How do we end videos anymore?
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.